It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Two great teams here today, 6 outstanding young ladies. Let's meet them right now. First from Brandywine Elementary, please say hello to our first contestant, Danya Solomon, Serenity Smith, and Aaliyah Beckles. And from Waldon Woods Elementary, here they are, Faith Blakeney, Tanya Tate, and Raven Mercer. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty with easier questions on the left, worth 5 and 10. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds, one of these 2 talented teams will come back to play Melwood for the chance to move on in our competition. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Let's go to the red team. Serenity, would you try that buzzer? Thank you. Good luck to you, to Aaliyah, and to Dania. And the green team, Tanya, would you try yours? It too seems to be in fine shape. Good luck to you, to Raven, and to Faith. Are we ready? Yes. Let's do this. Let's have a great game. We go alphabetically. B before W. Brandywine, start us out. Serenity. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Can we get Dateline Science for 10, please?
Dateline for?
10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, paleontologists have recently found a fossilized mosquito that had blood inside of it. It's 46 million years old. But the blood is probably from a bird or a mammal, not a dinosaur, which means we can't build what fanciful park? Brandywine.
Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park, yeah. If you remember, it was the mosquito that had bitten the dinosaur that they got the DNA from. So, unfortunately, yeah, the DNA of the dinosaurs is way, way too old. Go again, please. Red. Thank you, Aaliyah, for your assist that time.
Can we get Zoo Parade for 15, please?
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please, for this question. These are horseshoe crabs, and they bleed them for their blue blood because it is used in medical research. But these horseshoe crabs are not really crabs. They're more related to spiders instead of what C initial group that includes crabs. Brandywine, what is that C initial group?
Crustaceans.
You got that right. You got it. Crustaceans is what we wanted to hear. Go red.
Can we get Body Systems for 20, please?
Body Systems for 20 points. Teams, this display on the new iPads is named for what photosensitive layer at the back of your eye? Brandywine.
Retina display.
You got that right. Retinal display. They keep always saying the retinal display, because it's easy on the eyes. It's easier to read. You're on a roll. Go red.
Body Systems for 10, please.
Body Systems for 10 points. Teams, the hollowed out space in your skull where the eye is found has what same name as the path that a planet takes around the sun?
Orbit.
Waldon Woods.
Orbit.
Orbit. You got that right, Tanya. The green team has come alive. All right, go, Tanya.
Let's get physical for 5.
Get physical for 5 points. Teams, astronomers, they found a lonely planet out there in the universe. It doesn't have one of these to go around at all. The planet has no what, Serenity?
Moons.
No, not a moon. Waldon Woods, that lonely planet doesn't have any what to go around.
Sun.
Sun or star, yes. Planets need a star, and there's one, it's somehow lost. It's an orphan. All right, go green.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. What birds that are popular in zoos are coming down with malaria because where they live in Antarctica, there are no mosquitoes? Brandywine.
Penguins.
Penguins, absolutely right. Those poor penguins, they have no natural immunity. They've never seen a mosquito before, and the mosquitoes are saying, wow, lunch. They don't even know to swat them. Go. Red.
Let's get physical for 15, please.
Get physical for 15 points. Put on your math hats here. Teams, scientists have found in a volcanic area of Peru a river so hot that when they put the thermometer in, it says 210 degrees. That is how close to boiling. 210 degrees Fahrenheit is how close to boiling. Brandywine.
2 degrees.
2 degrees, absolutely right, because it is 212. You nailed that. Go. Red.
Zoo parade for 10, please.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Teams, the Nile crocodile can stay underwater for hours because it can close off a valve in its heart, which, unlike most reptiles, has how many chambers? How many chambers in that Nile crocodile heart, Brandywine?
4.
4. You got that right. Most have 3. Good. Red.
Green things for 15, please.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, a banana tree is not a tree at all. It is, in fact, related to parsley and sage and basil and rosemary, all of which are what kinds of plants? Brandywine.
Herbs.
Herbs, yes. A banana is actually an herb. Good listening. Go.
Body systems for 5, please.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, the saying is, dead men tell no tales. But now we have these programs on TV like this program. One word. You have 206 of these in your body. Brandywine.
Bones.
Bones, yes. And the two main characters got married recently, if you follow along. But when they start and they show all those corpses, whew, they do tell tales because of the testing. All right, 150. Come on, Waldon Woods, let's jump on these questions here. Raven and Faith, let's help out Tanya. She can't do this all on her own. Go, Serenity.
Science potpourri for 15, please.
Science potpourri for 15 points. Teams, what R-initialed word is both a lower arm bone and the distance from the center of a circle to the edge of the circle? Brandywine.
Radius.
Radius, yes. If you know your math, the radius and the circumference and the diameter, the radius and the ulna. That buzzer says our first round is over. Let's check that score. Right now, Waldon Woods 65, Brandywine 165. We have plenty more Science Bowl straight ahead. We'll be right back.
With video games, I'm always choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them. How about this one? Which is why I love these new rating summaries. They let me know exactly what's in the game. Players shoot lasers from an arm cannon. Robot enemies explode and limbs fly off.
Maybe that other one's better.
Yeah. Get your free game rating summary today, and with it, the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
Experience Taekwondo, an ancient martial art and contemporary Olympic sport. Taekwondo seeks to bring together mind, body, and spirit while promoting sportsmanship, family values, and discipline. If you are looking to participate in a healthy lifetime activity that promotes self-control, integrity, and perseverance, then Taekwondo is the sport for you. The physical benefits of Taekwondo are many: fitness, flexibility, better reflexes, and improved self-confidence. All of these attributes benefit young and old alike. USA Taekwondo member schools are considered to be the best at teaching the sport, utilizing only the most professional and experienced instructors. USA Taekwondo schools are the only place to learn. So whether your dream is to win the Olympics or just learn self-defense and have fun, USA Taekwondo School will take you on an amazing journey. To find a USAT member club near you and receive a free trial lesson, call 719-866-4632 or visit our website today.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard, but I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
Sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
And thank you back. Thank you for coming back to Science Bowl. We're here in our 28th year, and we always look forward to our elementary schools. We've got 2 elementary schools here today, 6 outstanding players. Let's find out a little bit more about them and the schools they come from. Let's go to Brandywine and Serenity. Brandywine is way down in the southern portion of Prince George's County. It's a beautiful little school down there. And tell me who your principal is.
Miss Lee.
Miss Lee, and she's out there rooting for you. And Miss Losi is your sponsor, and she has been sending us great teams for years and years and years. We appreciate all of her support, and I really like those shirts. Who got those shirts for you, Serenity?
Miss Losi.
Miss, it doesn't surprise me one bit. And you get to keep those shirts, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, and you also have alternates on your team.
Yes.
Who are they?
Gabriella Martinez and Jelon Harwell.
All right, and they'll be out in a few moments. Was there someone else?
And Esther Papula.
That's right. Esther was waiting for you to say her name, so now you can rest. And you remembered the last names, too, with no script. We're impressed. Tell us about Brandywine. I like to ask schools what it is that makes the school special. What do you tell people about Brandywine? Why are you proud?
I'm proud because of my teacher, Miss Losi, and she's a very great teacher. And also my principal, Miss Lee, keeping the school together.
You know, without people that really care, a school is nothing. You know, the building is nothing. Even if you have all the technology in the world, if you don't have good people, you don't have a great school. And thank you for mentioning those 2 people that you made their day, Serenity. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a veterinarian and take care of all the sick animals.
Yeah, because animals, a lot of us have animals. Animals are part of our families, and they're just as important as everybody else, and if they get sick, they deserve the best care. Now, do you have any pets at home?
No.
Now, I know you had a fish at one time.
Yes.
Yeah, he went on to his reward, or her reward, but I hope you get other pets. I think you'd be very good with pets, and you're a great captain. You keep up your good work. Aaliyah, nice to have you here. You seem really excited to be here today. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're jumping on those questions. You've really practiced, haven't you?
Yes.
How do you know so much science?
Well, my dad is a respiratory therapist, and he does he helps me with the body systems, and also science is kind of my favorite subject. Since an oncologist, you have to know science and math.
Yes, indeed. Because she had shared with me earlier she wanted to be an oncologist because she's concerned about people with cancer, and also you have a great fashion sense. Yes. You make your own jewelry and you want to do something in fashion. Yes. So you're an outstanding young lady, and it's nice to have you on the show. You're welcome. Dania, nice to have you here too. Tell me the Dania story. You're into sports.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you play?
I play soccer, but I also like a lot of science and things that have to do with prehistoric creatures or reptiles or anything like that.
We were talking about that earlier because she wants to be a paleontologist, and you found some things, but there's some digs around here. I know in Vansville they have a place where they've found dinosaur fossils, which I hope you go to. What else do you do in your spare time?
Well, sometimes I just watch TV, like different shows about animals, and try to learn more and look up things.
Absolutely. You're doing all the right things.
And I have like a lot of books about animals.
Yeah. And I'm sure you thumb through those in preparation for being here today. You're playing a nice game. Keep it up. Waldon Woods, nice to have you folks here. All safety patrols. They're wearing their sashes over there. And you're all wearing red, Tanya. Why is that?
It's red ribbon week at school.
Yes. And what does the red ribbon signify?
It signifies drug-free. It's drug-free week.
Yes, very good. All right, that's a nice reminder to everybody about that. Tell us about Waldon Woods. Where is it?
It's in Thrift Road.
Very good. And that's in like the central portion of Prince George's County here. And who's your principal?
Miss Winston.
Miss Winston. And the sponsor of your team?
Miss Blakeney.
Miss Blakeney, and she's been associated with Science Bowl over the years, and we appreciate her work and dedication to our program here. Tanya, you have any alternates on your team?
Yes, Callie Brown.
Callie Brown, she's out there. She was waiting for her name to be said, and she'll be out with Miss Blakeney in a few moments. What do you like about Waldon Woods? What's the best thing?
I like how much activities they give, and their programs.
Yeah, it's always good to have extracurricular activities. You can't just always focus on the academics. You gotta let loose and get into some clubs and some sports. Now, you want to be an actress someday. I can see you being an actress, and you told me one of your favorite actresses was?
I like Victoria Justice.
Yeah, and so young, I can see you on stage. As I said to you before, she has a very nice stage presence, and you're a good captain. Now, I want to see you get some more points, all right? I want to make sure you have that happen. Raven, nice to have you here. Why did you want to be on the show?
Because science is my second favorite subject after math. Yeah. And I like learning about all the different kind of animals.
That's wonderful. And you're a musician, too, are you not? What instrument do you play?
I play the violin.
Violin, a very tough instrument. And you're in the school orchestra down there at Waldon Woods?
Yes.
And what else do you do if you're not playing the violin?
I do gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Wow, so you're an active young lady. And Faith, you're also a musician. You play the clarinet.
Yes.
In the orchestra there. And what do you want to do someday?
Well, I want to be an architect or a dentist.
Yeah, you were telling me that there's a game you played that got you interested in dentistry. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, have a good second round here. Let's get back to it. Walden Woods has 65. Brandywine 165. Last correct answer came from the red team. So let's play round 2. Serenity, start us out.
Can we get for Zoo Parade for 20, please?
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. A raccoon is well known because it has black spots around its eyes and a striped tail. But if a raccoon is albino, entirely white, I'll give you the points if you can tell me one disadvantage it would have in life. What would be one disadvantage of being an albino raccoon? All right, Brandywine.
It can't camouflage that well.
Absolutely right. It is very conspicuous. Everything can see it. And also because it has no melanin, no pigmentation, the sun can damage it. And also, if it's a male raccoon, maybe the females are saying, what is it? You know, it's not as attractive as it might be if he were fully colored. All right. Good answer. Good thinking. Go red.
Green things for 10, please.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, some ancient civilizations disappeared because of drought. We know that because scientists have found fossilized versions of this plant dust. What is this plant dust that is fossilized and has given clues as to what it used to be like? Brandywine? What do you think?
The weeds?
Not the weeds. What is this fossilized plant dust that has clues as to what it was like thousands, even millions of years ago when civilizations disappeared? Walden Woods, do you have any alternative answer?
How do you say it? Pollination. It's like what the bees use for pollination.
Yes, indeed. The judges are saying yes, it is pollen, and that was in your answer there. All right, it is fossilized pollen. That's the plant dust. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, Hans Riegel died recently. You probably don't know his name, but he was the founder of these edible earth signs that we know as gummy what? Brandywine.
Worms.
Not worms, no. Who are these edible earth signs? These gummy what, Tanya?
Bears.
Bears, yes. Earth sign is a bear, the gummy bear. Good. Good comeback. Go green.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, you might have heard about it. People thought it was a terrorist. There was a man at Los Angeles airport that was throwing dry ice bombs that were made of what gas? Made of what gas, Brandywine?
Carbon dioxide.
You got that right. CO2. That is frozen CO2, dry ice. Aaliyah knew that one cold. Go, red.
Body systems for 15, please.
Body systems, 15 points. Teams. Some students, when they come on Science Bowl, they get really, really nervous. And they get an acute case of hydrohidrosis, which means they start doing what? A lot. Brandywine.
Sweating.
Sweating, that's right. Sometimes you can see it pouring down their brows. Okay, go. Red. You guys are not like that.
Let's get physical for 10, please.
Get physical for 10 points. Teams, if an object weighs less than an equal amount of the liquid it is in, it will do what? What will it do, Brandywine?
Float.
It will float, yes indeed. If it weighs more, it goes down. Go, red.
Green things for 5, please.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, it could be that Earth will be like Avatar because scientists have been able to insert bioluminescent genes in plants, and now they do what? Serenity?
Glow.
They glow in the dark. Absolutely right. Imagine roses glowing in the dark. You could have them in a room with all the lights out. Kind of creepy. Go, Red.
Science potpourri for 5, please.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, there is a brewery in Delaware that just produced a new drink called Celestial Ale. They have ground up pieces of meteorite in the ale, and they call it dust from what nearby lunar body? Brandywine.
Mars.
The moon, yes. They say there's moon dust in our beer. Why that makes it better, I don't know. Go, Red.
Dateline science for 5, please.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, you know the new iPhone 5s. Even though the most popular ones are not 14 karat, they still look like they're pure what? Brandywine.
Gold.
Gold. The one that's most popular that you can't get. Anybody can get the silver one. Everybody wants the gold iPhone 5. Red, go.
Dateline science for 15, please.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, why did Dolly the sheep make headlines back in 1997? Brandywine.
She was cloned.
She was cloned, the first cloned animal ever. Absolutely right. Hello, Dolly. Go, Red.
Green things for 20, please.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, some terms in science are not mutually exclusive because in the tropical evergreen forests, the trees, since they lose some of their leaves, are known as semi-what? Semi-what, Brandywine?
Semi-evergreen?
Not semi-evergreen. Good try. Because they lose some of their leaves, these tropical evergreen forests are known as semi-what, Tanya?
What?
Deciduous, because we have deciduous trees around here that lose all their leaves. So that's why I say not mutually exclusive. Yeah, you're a little bit deciduous, a little bit not. Okay, go, Red.
Science potpourri for 20, please.
Science potpourri for 20 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, put on your math hats. The International Space Station can go around the world once every 90 minutes. That means in one 24-hour day, do the astronauts see 14, 15, or 16 sunrises and sunsets? Brandywine.
14.
Not 14. Waldon Wood, 14, 15, or 16 sunrises and sunsets if it orbits once every 90 minutes, Tanya.
15.
16 was the right answer. Neither of you got it. Go, Red against Serenity.
Dateline for 20, please.
Dateline for 20 points, teams. Boy, am I sad. A lot of people are too. If you go to the Smithsonian Museum, they've taken out the Foucault pendulum that swings back and forth. It used to, and it would knock down dominoes, proving that the Earth does what? Proving that the Earth does what, Brandywine?
It proves that the Earth spins or rotates.
Rotates on its axis. Absolutely right. Aaliyah says, say rotates. Say rotates. Absolutely right. Serenity now. Go.
Green things for 25, please.
Green things for 25. Come on, Waldon Woods. Let's get back in this game here. Green things for 25. The force that causes red liquid to go up a celery stalk has what C initialed name that is remind you of the tiniest blood vessels in your body. Brandywine.
Capillary.
Capillary action, absolutely right. That's the force. Those tiny tubes, the adhesion, the cohesion of the water molecules. You guys are on a roll. Go. Red.
Zoo parade for 25, please.
Zoo parade for 25. This is surprising. Scientists have determined that the most efficient swimmers in the animal kingdom are these slimy cylinderates that get an extra push every time their bell contracts. Walden Woods.
Jellyfish?
Yes, jellyfish. I hate them. But they're good swimmers. 25 points. You needed those. You're over 100. Go, Walden.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Teams, during the recent government furlough, people who worked at the Centers for Disease Control got called back to work because there was an outbreak of this S-initialed bacterium in food. Brandywine.
What is it? Salmonella.
You got that right. It was on the tip of her tongue. Salmonella it is. Go, Brandywine.
Let's get physical for 25, please.
Let's get physical for 25. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. You know, a lot of times if you drop your cell phone, the glass cracks. Now, it won't happen anymore because one of these G-initial devices is going to be put in the cell phone so when it falls, it lands on the edge and never the glass. Can you name that G-initial device? Come on, Brandywine. Tough question.
Yes.
Tough question. Waldon Woods, any idea?
Galaxy.
Good try. It's a gyroscope. A gyroscope. 2 questions left. Red, which one?
Body systems for 25, please.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, some diseases, some conditions are associated with sports, like tennis elbow. And then if you have patellofemoral pain syndrome, you have runner's what? Brandywine.
Runner's foot.
Not runner's foot. If you have patellofemoral pain syndrome, you are suffering from runner's what, Waldon Woods?
Runner's knee.
Runner's knee, yes. Patella was your clue there. 25 for potpourri. Last question of the game is as follows. Teams, if you are suffering from periodontitis, you would go to see a periodontist, which is a doctor who specializes in treating what body part? Serenity.
Teeth.
Not quite. Waldon Woods, a periodontist treats what body part?
Periodontist, it's your hips?
No, Serenity was really close. It's your gums where the teeth are anchored. With that, we've come to the end of our game. It was a high-scoring game. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
Welcome back to Science Bowl. We had a great time here today, and I know Waldon Woods, very talented team. They just can get to the buzzer quite fast enough, but they are equally talented to our players from Brandywine, and we're proud of them too. Our final tally is Waldon Woods 130, Brandywine 330. What a game you had, Dania and Serenity and Aaliyah. And look at the alternates also in matching shirts. Jalen and Gabrielle and Esther and Miss Losi, congratulations. We will see you against Millwood. Let's see some smiles over here. Faith and Tanya, our actress, and Raven, our violinist, and Faith, our future dentist. Callie, good to have you here. Miss Blakeney, thank you for bringing these students here today. We enjoyed having them, and we hope you enjoyed the game. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.